Welcome to another episode of Behind the Studs, your home improvement and remodeling podcast, where the two most entertaining guys discuss the do's and don'ts in home construction and in the remodeling industry. Remember that you can nail it, paint it, or just tune into the show. How about that? Here are your hosts, Colin Shaw and Jimmy Driscoll.
Hello, everyone. How we doing?
We're doing good.
How we doing, Jimmy?
We're doing just fine.
We're doing good?
Yeah.
I like it when you're doing good.
I'm telling you, I'm doing just freaking fantastic today.
Oh, jeez.
Freaking fantastic.
Are you in one of those moods?
Yeah, I am in one of those freaking
boy.
moods.
All right.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was just laughing for the second because it's just like, it's a home improvement. And this has got nothing to do with studs today. This has got something to do with, this is home improvement, but it's a different kind of home improvement.
Yeah, it's much different than what we usually talk about, which is great, actually.
Yes, it's very cool.
Yeah.
And people are going to really enjoy this episode that we're going to do today. Which is this one what? Which
one? We're season 2, episode 13. Lucky 13.
Good number.
All right.
Oh,
we
got
superstitious.
Everybody loves 13.
I do, actually. It's always been my lucky number.
Yeah, I got married on the 13th. Didn't work out.
Nah, it didn't work out.
No.
I know how that story
No.
ended.
13
That was not good.
Pop wanted football. I had number 13. I was the center. I was 60 pounds wet. That didn't work out either.
All right,
so much about you already.
Yeah.
This is great.
And then I attempted basketball. Guess what my number was?
12.
13.
Damn, I was close.
Technical fouls and dribbled all the time.
Yeah.
Traveling all the time. Gave up that sport. Yeah.
I played basketball when I was in junior high.
Yeah.
We were totally defeated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Such is life.
It was Essex. So you know there's not a lot of talent in Essex. So.
Not in basketball, that's
No.
for sure.
I cheered
Definitely
for
not.
basketball.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow,
I was
you were a
cheerleader.
cheerleader.
There we go.
All right.
Back in the
So that's what we have today. We have a cheerleader on the
Right.
show.
We're going to talk about cheerleading.
Yes.
That does have nothing
We're
going to
cheer it on.
Yes.
All right, let's get on with our
All
guest.
right, let's go. We got Renée Perdue here with us from Mosquito Joe, Connecticut, Shoreline East. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Such
Thanks
an
for
honor,
having
such
us.
an honor.
Yes.
It's incredible to be here.
Yes.
It really is incredible to be here.
Yeah.
It's amazing that we're all here.
Right. That is
Each
true.
and every day.
Yes. Mhm. So Jimmy thinks your name is too long. So why don't you
Yes.
explain it?
Okay.
Yeah, because you are a franchise, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, so that's true. So the Mosquito Joe part, we don't have much control over.
Okay.
And we started out being Mosquito Joe of Madison, Glastonbury, which sort of defined our area.
Right.
And we just this year expanded because it's such an important service.
Nice.
And needed to add
It's very
communities.
Great.
And so we are of the Connecticut Shoreline East because we go from East Haven to the Rhode Island border.
Oh, wow.
And then up towards, Niantic obviously is in there, but then up towards Glastonbury.
Really? You go up that far?
We do.
Wow.
Middletown.
That's a big area.
It is. You've got the Connecticut River up there, so it's an important service
Sure,
for them
sure,
as well as along the shoreline.
Well, I think on the signs now, when people come driving through on 95 and they're driving through Connecticut, they're like, "Oh my God, Triple E, Triple E!"
Yeah.
What they should say, it should say, "Thank you, Mosquito Joe,"
Yeah.
at the bottom of it.
Well, so it is interesting, right? Because people see a service alert like that, and it's very emotional, right?
Sure.
We have a
Sure.
reaction, and then you sit down and you watch the news and you hear about a death or an illness, and there's more emotion that comes with that.
Right. Yep.
And it's there are particular constituencies that are more susceptible to it. So if you've got parents that are elderly or grandparents that are in the area, you're thinking about them. If you have young children like we do under 15, you're thinking about them.
Sure.
So it's an emotional reaction.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we lost somebody in East Lyme here and also in Old Lyme, which is where I live. So it's really close to home, which is kind of frightening. This time.
Is this the hot zone? Basically, is this the hot zone where we're at between Niantic, Old Lyme, in that area?
I don't know. What do you think?
What do you think?
So it depends on. There are different breeds of mosquitoes, right? And so that's a really important
which I did
thing.
not know.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So it's really important to understand that.
Okay.
And we have over 40 different breeds of mosquitoes confirmed here in our state of Connecticut.
No kidding.
Now, a few years ago, they found a new breed of mosquito that its wings are actually a bit bigger.
Okay.
And what that means is that it can fly a further distance, and it can do that at a faster rate than some of the other breeds.
Okay.
That's why we saw West Nile spread so rapidly throughout the state last year, in part because of this particular mosquito. So when you ask about hot spots, we've got to know what kind of mosquitoes are we dealing with, and are they the type of mosquito that will carry some of these diseases, like triple E. And then once you have a group of mosquitoes breeding in an area that have been confirmed for triple E, it just it increases the chances. So think about this. Think about the amount of water you could fit in the top of your bottle cap. Just the bottle cap. That's all a mosquito needs to breed, from egg to adult. Crazy, right?
That is crazy. Yeah.
Females are going to lay 300 eggs at a time. And she's going to do that 3 times in her life cycle, which is 5 to 6 weeks. So one female mosquito has now given you about 900 mosquitoes on your property with just over a month, right? So it's exponentially, right? It just adds up.
Sure. I mean, that's just one out of how many?
Right.
You know?
And it tends to be about a 50-50 split in terms of male-female. So she's giving you another 450 females. But the good news is that knowing what type of mosquito we're dealing with, it tells us the sources where we can find them. It tells us what time of day they're more active. And so that's why we ask a lot of those questions when folks call us. It's like, okay, so, is it when you go and you sit out on your deck and you're pouring a glass of wine and you want to have a little bit of cheese and relax and they come out for their blood meal? Is it more when you're out walking the dog in the middle of the day? That tells us that it's a different breed of mosquito.
Wow. Really?
Okay. Now, do you guys go to the site and actually take samples of the mosquitoes, or no?
So we don't.
No.
We don't. So our job is and our whole mission is about making outside fun again.
Sure,
right?
absolutely.
We want people to enjoy being in their yard. We love being outside. Like I said before, we've got a Frenchie who's our firstborn. We've got 2 human children. They love to be outside, right? My son is the kid who's barefoot in a snowstorm. So forget trying to put his socks over his pants, right? It's not happening. So I needed to really find a way to ensure that we could be outside and do the things that we love. And so I've been in education for a long time. I was a teacher and a principal.
Oh, nice. No kidding. And a principal too. Wow.
In the South Bronx, if you can imagine. So hailing from New York City.
Wow. So mosquitoes, nothing to you.
Yeah, well, so welcome to Connecticut, right? Mosquitoes, but then ticks, and ticks were like maddening. What do I do about this? And so as an educator, it's like, I need valid and reliable information. I don't need, the I-95 sign telling me I should panic. I need valid and reliable information. What can I do about this? And so as I started to educate myself, what I realized is the type of service that I wanted for our family, I didn't have access to. And so that's how we've come to offer this service.
Wow,
really
that's great.
Out of a need to protect our own family.
So do you work with the State Department or anything like that with because they're the ones who are picking up the mosquitoes, and they're telling what regions they're in, where you are, and to be alert, be concerned, all this other stuff, because I can only imagine if I was a fly on the wall in your office, people calling you, panicking, and they want you out there right now, right there, not tomorrow, not Tuesday. They want you right now to spray for mosquitoes, and I'm sure that's very stressful for everybody, like you said.
It is. And so we make a commitment. Anyone that we've spoken with that's interested in service, we will be out within 48 hours.
Wow.
I make that promise. If you call us on a Friday, I have opened shifts on Saturday just to be able to go out and service people, because it is really important. And sometimes it's just we want to enjoy our yard, right? And I saw the segment and I know I need help, just taking care of this so that we can focus where we want to focus. Other people are like, hey, I'm having, we had a client call and he said, I had someone else that was coming and they've canceled on me 4 times and I've got a horseshoe, tournament that he was doing with his buddies, right? And people coming over, he had the coolers, everything was ready to go, and they canceled service on him. And so we were there in a heartbeat. And so we take great pride in that, because we too are community members, but also family members. And so that's really important to us.
Yeah, nice. Good for you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a huge undertaking to be able to have that kind of a commitment.
It is.
In that quick time frame turnaround. I mean, Jimmy and I go through it all the time doing what we do, but we can't turn it around that fast.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
But good for you. Good for you.
So I have a question for you. So I'm a homeowner, and this just happened the other day. I went to a wedding, and they did spray for mosquitoes. I don't know if it was you. I didn't delve into the information. And then, so basically, I'm a homeowner. I got kids. I want to get rid of ticks and mosquitoes.
Yep.
You'll just come in and you'll spray. Do you actually walk around the grounds to see if you see anything like tick eggs or anything like that? Or like, this is a bad area. Look at all the water, standing water. You tell them, get rid of this. You can't have this. This is what's going to breed mosquitoes.
Yeah, it's a really good question, Jimmy. And we talk about this all the time, right? Because when people call, we're not just a service to come out, sort of one and done, and you don't have to think about it again. We
like
are
a
a
lawn
partnership,
service, yeah,
right? We are
yeah.
a partnership, but we're also highly specialized. And so, I'm not going to cut your lawn. I'm not going to be able to fix the mailbox while I'm there. I am focused on sources for ticks and mosquitoes, and that's what all of my team, what they're trained to do.
Yep.
We are dual certified by the state. And so that allows us to treat for multiple pests at the same time. And that's a huge differentiator for us.
Which is ticks,
mosquitoes, and fleas.
Oh, fleas
so
too.
some people have a lot of sand in their soil, and so they deal with sand fleas more than others.
Okay.
And that brings up another really good point in that we have about 24 products in our suite, and we customize every treatment based on your landscape. So why is that important? Because we want to leave a positive ecosystem. We want to leave it better than we found it, right? We need to protect the good guys. I say this and people think I'm crazy. There are good insects, right?
Yes.
Sure, yes.
We have to
Very
protect
much so.
the
I get it.
pollinators.
You got to protect the daddy longlegs, praying mantis.
I have a client who actually breeds and has sort of a praying mantis section, and then I wondered, is it praying manti? But no, it is praying mantises. So I did check that.
Thank you, teacher.
Spiders are good. Some spiders are good. Some spiders are good.
That's right.
I understand that. So your
pollinators, protect those pollinators.
Right.
That's really important.
So have you ever been bit by a praying mantis?
No.
Oh my God.
Really? Really?
I saw a praying mantis I was watching the video eat a frog.
Stop.
And the Amazon ate a frog.
Wow.
It was a lizard. It was a small lizard. So the small lizard goes after the praying mantis. Yeah. I'm not drinking. Look it up on YouTube. BBC.
Right. BBC, I got it.
And the freaking lizard. The lizard bit the praying mantis, and it was like, today's not your day. Boom! Clawed into the freaking lizard. The lizard's like, bit its lip. Then the freaking lizard went back at him again. Boom! Toasted it. Toasted it.
Thank you.
It was one and done. I couldn't believe it. He ate it. Ate it.
All right.
It was a she. It was a female praying mantis.
Of course it was.
Because they kill the males.
Right.
They have sex with them and kill them.
That brings up another fun fact. Only the female mosquitoes will bite. They're the only ones that
Really?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
I knew that.
They're the only ones
Really?
that need the blood meal. That's right.
Now, are the male mosquitoes bigger?
They can be a little bit bigger in
Bigger and
size.
doofier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like humans.
Like
No.
humans, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're okay with that. Now, when you see those mosquitoes that are like on your screen and they're like huge, what breed is that? Because that's got to be just a genetic difference,
I always thought that was the male mosquito.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. If that thing was sucking blood out of
I
me,
know,
I'd be
that's-
like, I'm out of this state.
You don't see them very often, but when you do, they're like, wow,
When you
that's
do-
impressive.
And
What
there
is
are
that?
some that look a lot like mosquitoes now, and they're
Oh.
they're not actually mosquitoes. So
okay. All right.
it does warrant sort of closer inspection. I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to mislead and sort of name a particular type of mosquito
All right,
if
all right.
it isn't
Okay.
accurate.
We'll let that one pass. Yeah.
All right.
So now, what does an application look like? So what are you guys doing when you come to somebody's house?
So first thing we're going to do is announce ourselves,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Because that's just a level of respect. As a consumer, I would want to know that someone is on my property.
Yep.
So we always announce ourselves. You can't really miss us because once you see our big yellow and green truck,
Yep.
you sort of know we're coming. But the second thing that we're going to do, and we love to do this with the homeowner on the first treatment, is to do a walkthrough.
Okay.
And that's a
Which I
real
thought.
exchange of knowledge,
Yeah.
right? We are trained in identifying those sources, eliminating sources, but homeowners are the experts on their yards, right?
Sure.
They know where the dog goes further into the brush than not. They
Yeah.
know where they're sitting out and hanging out, and if the fire pit has mosquitoes at a different time of day. And so it's a real exchange of information when we do that.
Okay.
And not everyone is available to do it. And so,
Sure.
Right.
we'll get that information
Yep.
initially and make do with that. But then the second thing that we're going to do is to look for any standing water and anything that we can dump, we do dump.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So people have wood-burning fireplaces. They have, pizza ovens, all sorts of things. And so they've got piles of wood outside.
Yep.
Sometimes they put a tarp over that. It rains. It's now collected.
Sure.
Plenty of water. Right?
Yep.
And if they're not using it for a few weeks, that's enough time for a mosquito to go ahead, lay eggs, and to hatch. And so
Do you ever look at gutters?
gutters are a huge problem.
Yep.
Huge problem. And so particularly this time of the year, right? You've got the leaves are starting to fall.
Yeah, things are starting to clog
They're
up.
getting clogged.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
there's enough standing water there. So we actually had a client out this way, out in Old Saybrook, and she had just moved into the home. And her husband is a military veteran, so well, he's a active military member, and so he was traveling. And she had the kids, and they were moving in and getting settled. And she said, Renee, I'm still seeing mosquitoes. And anytime that people are still seeing pressure, we say, give us a call, because we guarantee our work. I know the products work. If you're still seeing activity, it means we missed a source.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Amount of water you can fit in a bottle cap, that's all they take to breed. So sources sometimes can be
Sure,
missed,
yeah. I
right?
mean,
It
that's
doesn't happen
tough.
often.
Yeah.
And what we discovered is that they hadn't had the gutters cleaned yet. And so
okay.
that was our source.
Gotcha. So now what do? Do you spray the gutter?
So we don't,
You don't,
because
okay.
that wouldn't be very effective, right?
Okay.
So having your gutters cleaned annually is just a good idea
Sure,
from a homeowner's
yep,
perspective.
yep.
Some people have the grates or things
The
over
caps,
it to
the
protect
guards,
it.
yep.
And so that's always a win, right? Because then you can just sort of blow some air up there and get rid of any debris that maybe is up there. And so we're looking for bird baths. Sometimes people have these beautiful potted plants with, just sort of a shell beneath it. That's enough water, right? So we're looking for that. Drill holes in the bottom of those before you put them out, right? Little things like that.
Yep.
So any water that we find that we can dump, we will dump. A part of those 24 products include what's called granules.
Okay.
And so they're, we can place those in, just areas where there's standing water that we can't dump. Wheelbarrows. I've seen so many wheelbarrows.
Really, yeah.
And we just forget to flip
and
them.
it's tilted on the side, and people think it's empty of water. But if you look at it, there's a little water right in that little corner.
That's right.
And there they are. There's those little bastards right there. I got a question for you. You ever use a drone? Do you use a drone on your property?
No.
Because if you have high gutters, well, that's a good question. How high do mosquitoes go?
Oh, so that is a good question.
That's fireworks.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Why are we having fireworks? Oh.
Is that out back?
No, they're across the street. The crazy neighbors.
Great.
Yeah. Never
Thank
mind.
you.
Never
Thank
mind.
you very much.
Keep going.
How high do mosquitoes go?
So great question, right? So mosquitoes are going to go 12 to 14 feet high.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, I was
So
just
they can't
saying,
fly very high.
because gutters, they're high up sometimes. Would it help you save time? I'm just making a suggestion here, and you could actually look with the drone. Look, you're all cluttered. Your gutters are cluttered. That's where look at them. They're smiling at us. Take a selfie of the mosquitoes that are in the gutter.
That's definitely
a thought.
something to consider.
Something to think about.
Yeah. Sure. We don't do gutter work, right? We just
Right,
focus
you
on
just
those
say, hey,
mosquitoes
up there.
and ticks.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if, we'll say to a homeowner, like, hey, have you had the gutters cleaned, right?
Yep.
Is there any chance of debris up there?
Sure. So now the application is, I was on your site and it says a barrier treatment. So is that
Correct.
pretty much what you do, or do you actually come into the center of the yard and
Yeah, it's a
treat?
great question. And so this goes with the customized treatment,
Okay,
right?
yep.
And so some folks have just a really strong amount of foliage around the perimeter, and we're going to go ahead and treat that perimeter.
Okay.
They may also have some interior foliage, and so that's what we're looking for. Our products adhere to the foliage.
Okay.
They then takes 30 minutes for our products to dry, and then everyone is free to go back out and do whatever they do. My kids do crazy things in the yard all the time, right? But
So
they
it is
do
safe
and-
for pets and everything else after 30 minutes.
Yep, we ask that
Okay.
everybody be inside, right? During application, some people aren't home because we really try to service during those hours when you're not home, not
Sure.
using your
Makes
yard,
sense.
right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So if it is that Saturday treatment that I mentioned before, we're going to communicate about that beforehand. And then everybody wants the first service Saturday,
Of
right?
course,
So
yeah.
we're going to have a little compromise.
So is it the materials you use? Are they toxic, non-toxic to animals, to people? Because if you got to be in for 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is it what the? Tell me
So
about the chemical.
it's a good question, and people ask this question a lot, right?
chemicals.
And if you think about, the laundry detergent or a dish detergent or something that you may clean the bathroom
Highly
tiles
toxic.
with, you're not going to go in and ingest any of those products, and so don't ingest any of our products. We we won't let that happen.
That's a good call.
Okay.
And so, from a homeowner's perspective, we ask that everyone be inside for just those 30 minutes, right? Give us a chance to apply. Keep those windows closed. We don't, there is a scent to it when it's wet, and
which is good.
And it is good.
Yeah.
We do know that it's being applied. We get this question a lot because if it's raining, we're not coming out to service.
Okay. Right. Makes sense.
If it's too windy, and this is one that a lot of people don't understand, we're not going to come out to service because we can't control the product the way that we want to be able to and need to be able to.
Yeah.
And so once the product is applied, that 30 minutes to dry, then it's what's called microencapsulated.
Okay.
And it's that microencapsulation that allows it to time release over the course of 21 days.
So it's good for 21 days.
It's a reoccurring service every 21 days. And because of the microencapsulation, there's two sort of environmental factors that can impact products like this: UV rays and rain. And because of the microencapsulation, those two factors don't impact our products. So we do have the latest technology.
Okay.
That's something.
Yeah.
It is kind of
That's
cool.
really intense, to be honest with you.
That's way above us, buddy.
Microencapsulation.
We're like, just spray it. Yeah. Whatever you do, just spray.
Microencapsulation. That's just that's a cover on my coffee. That's all I know.
Encapsulated.
Encapsulated
Nice.
my coffee. But that's something. So basically, once you spray it, if it goes in the water system, which basically is the gutters or the ponds, or not the ponds, but the pools of water, it toxify it and just kills the mosquito?
Great, another great question, right? And there's a couple of layers to that. One, we do have products that are safe for water, and what I mean by that is there's no harm to aquatic life there, and so that's that customized treatment, right?
So if you have a koi pond next to it and you've got a spray, it won't hurt the fish,
we're going to use a particular type of product. Okay. If you have a koi pond, if you have just a natural pond, you've got some frogs around and some other types of fish.
Pools the
some
same
people
way,
are on marshlands, right? So they've got that in the back. We're going to treat that differently. And so that's a big part of what we do. We don't service pools, but if you have some natural shrubs or something around the pools, then we'll go ahead and do that carefully. Again, right, watching what's called drift.
Okay.
And so that's when the wind could carry it. And so we're very, very cognizant of that.
Yeah.
And then you had asked another question, and if only my short-term memory were better.
Well, I was just you actually answered it. I was wondering about once it gets into the pool of water, how does it kill the mosquito?
Good.
How does it do
and
that?
I remember what I was going to share. So our plan includes a couple of different products, right? And so if you choose the synthetic plan, which is the most popular, and that's that 21-day rotation, it kills, there's an adulticide, so it kills adults on contact. And then there's what's called insect growth regulators, IGRs. And that actually prevents the larvae, the nymphs, and the pupa from becoming breeding adults. And so that's that barrier that we're talking about. Because we've stopped the breeding on your property. And we've prevented them from breeding within the site.
Right.
Now, the other thing is that we're going to go about 15 feet high because mosquitoes don't go much higher than that. And we're going to hit the base level for the ticks. And we've created an actual invisible barrier. But if you can imagine mosquitoes coming from the outside as they approach this barrier, their senses go wonky.
Okay.
Right? Their vision gets blurry, and instinctually they will turn around and go the other way.
That brings up another great question because you're doing mosquito stuff on your house, and your neighbor's got a big pool with the cover on there, and it's just a petri dish.
Yes.
So you've got them all waiting on the other end.
That's right.
Looking
so this
at you.
helps, right, with that.
Great.
Now,
keeps them on your neighbor's property.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep your mosquitoes over there.
We do have what's called Share the Mojo. And so anytime you have a neighbor or a family member that's interested, you share the mojo, and they mention that when they call. Hey, Jimmy told us, and he loves the service, so we're going to go with you guys. Then you get a discount, and they get a discount.
Oh,
so
nice.
share the mojo.
Share the mojo. I've often said that to Jimmy. Share the mojo, buddy.
Get a knock on the door. It's Mosquito Joe and Mosquito Renee. She's got a box of, there's your dead mosquitoes.
We don't collect them.
We have killed them all.
No mosquito collection.
They are dead mosquitoes.
So now the all-natural product, how long does that last?
Yeah,
if
great question.
Somebody goes with that.
So the all-natural products are a blend of botanical oils, and they last 14 days. So that's a 2-week cycle.
Yeah, that's still not bad.
Botanical oils.
Botanical oils, pretty cool.
Yeah, so...
Some people love the smell, other people
who
don't.
figured that one out? Really, who figured that one out? Because, well, does it have anything to do with like essential oils? Kind of, sort of, no?
So, I mean, so a peppermint oil is involved in this particular
So,
product.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
but again, you're going to use it differently, right?
Right.
So
No,
don't
because
take
a little
our
bit
products
differently,
and-
yes,
and
I would
rub
think.
it.
Because
Yes.
peppermint, I know peppermint is a mosquito deterrent on your skin.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few natural essential oils you can use to keep mosquitoes off of you, and
Yes.
it works.
Yes.
It works really good.
It does.
Do you use that stuff?
So if we're going to hike through the trails or we're going, sort of beyond our property, then yes, we do
Yeah.
use that. So, send the children to summer camp. I'm putting a good dose on them before they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I'm saying, do you use essential oils, or do you use like the off and the deep woods kind of stuff?
No, I do use the all natural essential oils.
Yeah.
I
Really?
do. And
'Cause
it's
they
just a
are awesome.
personal choice.
Yeah.
right?
it's better
Okay.
for you.
Yeah.
And so again, when we first moved here, I started to talk to people about ticks, and I was just really, quite frankly, I was freaked out.
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
Well, from those of us that have had Lyme disease, it's not fun.
Right?
Yeah.
And I found so many people here in Connecticut are just resolved to the fact that, like, hey, we live here, right? Like, Lyme, Connecticut is right here.
Right,
We're going to
right.
get Lyme
And
disease.
there are
It's just
so
the way
many
it is.
deer around.
So many.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're out right now. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I've
Oh, yeah.
passed quite
Oh,
a
yeah.
few just today. But people were like, just put like DEET on their skin, and I'm like, and so even with the all natural oils, I'll spray their hats and I'll make them wear a hat. I'll
Yeah.
spray their shoes and their socks.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I that's personal preference.
So my question to you about the ticks too, since we
Yes.
kind of talked about the mosquitoes now for a while. So if you're spraying like a barrier for ticks, and the deer actually come into your yard, and the ticks are still on them, do
Great
they
question.
fall off of them, or how's that
Good
work?
question. So ticks can't travel very far on their own.
Okay.
A lot
Yep.
of people think they like leap. They don't
They don't.
actually leap.
Okay.
But they do stand up on their hind legs. And when they need a meal, right, and instinctually they will come to pathways. And so they start with a smaller host first. Field mice. Right?
Okay,
We've
yep.
got lots of those around, squirrels, chipmunks, things like that.
Yep.
And the thing about field mice is that, we have piles of wood, things like that. They're going to burrow in there. They're going to create a home for themselves.
Okay.
If you, as a homeowner, choose to put that pile of wood really close to like the garage so it's easy access, you've actually created a situation where you're bringing the ticks closer to your home.
Okay.
Not
All right.
something you want to do.
Right.
So if you can put the wood pile sort of on the other side, so they're going to start with a smaller host, and then they're going to sort of elevate to larger hosts.
Yep.
And the thing about ticks is they don't discriminate, right? 4
No.
legs, 2 legs, they're cool as long as they get what they
Right.
need.
Yeah.
As long as they're getting that blood.
That's right.
Yep.
So that blood meal. And so when they come onto your property, if we've treated, then they come into contact with those products, right? That
Okay.
microencapsulation
Yep.
ensures that the products stay there, and that will eliminate them.
Wow,
Without
great.
having any negative impact on the deer or the chipmunks or the squirrels that come
Yep.
through. So it's a really incredible technology, especially when we think about like back in the day when I've talked to multiple people that say, I used to ride my bike behind those big trucks that would blast all the stuff out on the
DDT,
street.
right, yeah.
Like, we've come a long way from
We have
that.
come a long way
We're
from
not
that.
talking
Yeah.
about those
Get
products
behind the
anymore.
truck, Tommy. Get behind the truck.
But there was a lot of people calling for it with all the Triple E scare around
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Everybody's
There
like, bring the
are.
trucks back. Come on, get
Yeah.
get
So
those
the good
planes.
news is we can do it without having that negative impact,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's
So
great.
we have come a long way.
Now, besides just getting rid of standing water and stuff like that,
Yes.
what other things can homeowners do to keep mosquitoes away? Like you see those citronella torches and the candles and everything else. Do those even work?
I don't think they work.
I don't think they
So-
do either. So
I think that's just
they never
I
did
never
at my
had
house.
good experience with them, right?
smells.
Yeah.
And so I will say we did a home show, and we have giveaways and things for people. And one of it was a vanilla scented candle, and everyone said, "Oh, is this a citronella?" The good news is when you have a service like ours, you don't need a
need it.
citronella.
Right,
You don't need to
absolutely.
smell like
Yep,
that. You
yep.
don't need to put that out
Yep,
into your
yep.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
So so what can you do? I mean, it does go hand in hand. You want to eliminate those sources. You want to be smart about wood piles and things like that. You want to have the gutters cleaned annually, and just really stay on top of it. And then an added service like ours just helps to ensure you can enjoy your yard.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
I don't.
You were going to ask something.
No, but my memory is fleeting. It wasn't that important. Must have been a lie. I don't remember. It's okay, Colin.
All right, I'm going on then.
You mosquito blocked me. It's fine.
So when do you start the application process? Like what time of year, what month? Is there a specific time that you start?
It's another really good question, right? And we're still getting calls from folks to start service now.
Really?
And so, some people have thought like, I don't need this service or, we're not really interested. But the reality, I think, of Triple E and West Nile and Lyme disease is just really sort of taking hold. And so ideally we start before they start breeding. Okay. And we break that breeding cycle so that you can enjoy for the full season. Temperatures drop below 45 degrees for a week or better, then they're going to lay dormant. And that's true for ticks. Mosquitoes like it a little warm, about 50 degrees for a week, and they'll lay dormant.
Okay.
But their eggs can lay dormant for up to 10 years.
Really?
Decade, isn't
no,
that
no
bananas?
way.
Wow.
I know. So
I didn't realize that.
I've learned a lot in this process.
Yeah.
So, what you want to do ideally is to get started at the start of the season, which is April. Right?
Okay, so April. would be
Mother
the time.
Earth is, Mother Nature rather is in charge.
Yep.
I realize that.
Yep.
I say that, I send it out into the world. But so we get started when temperatures warm up to about 45 degrees.
Okay.
I did have a client send me a photograph of a snow pile that hadn't yet melted, and there was this little tick, just sort of like doing their thing on there. So she's like, "You got to come out, right? The dog's going out. I can't have this."
Right. Yeah.
And dogs are family members, right?
They
And
are.
Oh, yeah.
like,
They are.
Our guy's up
I
on
know.
the furniture. He's
Oh,
rolling
man.
around. He's
Ours
in
too.
the bed.
Yeah.
So.
Luckily, ours is really light colored dog, so you can see the ticks.
Oh, that's
real
helpful.
easy.
Not mine.
Real easy. No, not
Not
Raffy.
mine. No way.
Raffy's the size
Little,
of a tick.
It's got the ears. Yeah, the little ears rolling on the. Ding, there he is. Ding, 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 all over his face. Do you charge by the square foot?
So there's two factors that go into our pricing scale. The first is the size of the property, and the second is the density of the foliage. And it's because those two factors determine how much product we need.
Okay, there you go. That's what I
Fair
wanted to know.
enough, right?
That was the question I had.
Now, what kind of training do your guys go through that come work for you?
It's rather intense training.
I would think so. I'm trying to take it all in right now, and I'm overwhelmed. So, yeah.
It's a heavily regulated industry, and it should be.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Agreed.
And so that's the thing that you want to know. If you're interested in this kind of service, you want to know that the folks that you're having to come out to do this are certified and that they have been registered with the state.
Okay.
It's just really important.
So everybody
right?
that works for you is registered.
That's right.
Wow.
And so they're registered under our number, and then they're certified.
Okay.
And I've had folks come to me and they're not yet certified. We take them through that process, right? We support them. We've got study materials. I mentioned I was an educator before,
yes,
right?
You did. Yes,
so
you did.
we
Sounded
can
like
get
my
you
house.
through that
Yeah.
test. But then it's a pretty rigorous training program under our model.
Okay.
Because it is customized, because we're coming out, we need to identify those sources.
Right.
We're not, we're not going to come out and it's not about sort of quantity and get through as fast as you can, right? We love to do those walkthroughs with the homeowners.
Yep.
We love to
great.
share
It
the
is.
knowledge that we have. It
Yeah,
makes a big
absolutely.
difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, as a homeowner myself, too, it is good to kind of learn things as you go through. And
Right.
I don't think I ever would have thought of the gutters that, Jimmy brought
Yeah.
up. So I was
Yep.
like, I wouldn't even have
That's
thought
why
about
you
that.
need me.
I need you.
That's why you need me. I know you're thinking sometimes, I got a shit can.
No, I hear from fans that they're happy with you. So
Thank
I'm like,
God.
great.
Well, let me know. Let me know when it's done.
Right.
Let me know when I'm starting to decline.
Yeah.
When the numbers go down.
Right. That first complaint, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking care of the paparazzi this morning.
No,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it,
No
Colin. I
problem. That's what
appreciate
I'm
it.
here for. Yeah.
That's
You
right.
guys have a lot of fun here, huh?
Yes,
we do. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
It's our middle name.
This
Well
is the way that we break up our monotony for the week. So
Yeah.
we just get to
Right.
be goofy and have some fun
Right.
and learn a lot of stuff too. Which
We learned a lot
Love
on
it.
this one.
Absolutely.
This is very good.
very helpful.
Very good.
helpful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So we always ask everybody any horror stories.
Yeah, horror stories. So I think one, you never want to be surprised, right?
Right. Nope. Nope.
And I did have a call from a marina that said, "Hey, can you come out? We've got a spider situation."
Uh-huh.
And so we did. So I go out and I'm doing the walkthrough, and it looked as though they had decorated early for Halloween. There were so many webs around.
Wow.
Like really intense.
Wow.
And so, the good news is that we have those products that are, okay to use. They're actually made to use around water.
Okay, yeah.
And the fresh water is different than the salt water. And so you're going to see more spiders around the fresh water, which is interesting.
So they were water spiders, kind of, hanging out by the water.
Well, so what's great about that is, you've got the wind that comes in a particular way. And so, spiders are smart, right? Where are they going to go? They're going to go where they can get the greatest bang for their buck, right?
Yep.
So they were capturing all sorts of little guys in there.
Yeah, is it something?
Wow.
That is crazy.
Pretty intense.
So they were helping get the mosquitoes?
Well, yes, but, and anything else that came into contact with
Small babies.
But
Small babies.
Squirrels.
there were some pretty big webs, actually.
Yeah.
Raffy.
Yeah. There's some people just freak out about spiders. Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Freak out.
My son.
Some of the biggest guys that I know who you definitely call if you're in a bar fight.
Yeah.
I got your back, man. Freaking spider. Oh! They're gone. Gone. Yeah.
Well, I'm not afraid of spiders, but I am with snakes, so I can't really make fun of people that are afraid of spiders.
I need snakes in my house. I got moles, dude. I don't know where they just came from. Well, I had a tulip tree we took down. I mulched it all, getting beautiful bark. I got it as mulch, and it breaks down really quick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great soil.
Yeah.
A lot of worms. Here come the moles.
Here they come.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But see, we need worms, right?
Yeah.
We need
We need the worms.
Yeah, we need them all.
pollinators,
Yeah,
ladybugs, beetles. So,
So-
we do need the good insects.
Yes. So,
Absolutely.
Fan of bats?
So I am a fan of bats,
Yeah.
actually.
I love bats.
Yeah. I have a couple that live around my house.
Nice.
So right at dusk, you can see them start.
It's so cool,
I'm like, come
isn't
on,
it?
guys, eat up.
Yeah.
Yep.
My
Yep.
kiddos love to come out. We've got sort of an opening, right? And so you just sort
Yeah.
of see them go back and
Yeah,
forth.
it's
That's
great.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing how they do it.
Have you ever seen a bat drink water? And that's not a joke.
Oh, I thought for sure it was.
No.
coming
Have you
from
ever seen a
Jimmy.
bat drink? It is the
bat
For
walked
a
into a
short
bar.
period of
Yeah.
time.
It is the coolest thing. It is so cool. Like if you have like a little pond, which I was like seeing this bat flying around, and they come in real low, and they open their mouth, right, and they
Sort of like
skip.
skim the water.
They skim the water
Wow,
with their
right
mouth.
on.
They don't make that noise though.
I was gonna say, they don't make
They don't make that
sound
noise. It's
effects,
like
no. Okay.
choo,
All right, got it.
And he came back. He did it again. Choo, choo, choo.
Wow.
Wow.
He's thirsty.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash down all of them bugs.
So see, if
boy.
the spiders have created a nice web that
Yeah.
is collected,
Now-
then the bat comes through,
Right,
and
eats
it's
it all up.
that's the ecosystem,
There you go.
right? It's
Beautiful.
a beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
The thing is, the bats, they always say, the bats eat a lot of mosquitoes. They can eat 3,000 mosquitoes a night, blah, 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 blah. But the mosquitoes, the bats, you always see them, they're really high up in the air, and the mosquitoes don't go that high because they know the bats are up there.
So smart enough.
Stay down
Stay
there.
low.
Louis,
Off
stay
the
down here.
radar.
Bats are up there, Louis. Stay down. Louis, stay down. Louis, shit. Louis gone.
You know what's interesting is that mosquitoes, they won't, certain breeds, right? Again, but a lot of the mosquitoes that we see at dawn and dusk, they don't come out when the sun is really strong. They don't hang out on your lawn. They're actually up under the foliage. And so that's a big part of why our products are so effective, because we get
great.
to the
Yeah.
foliage
Yeah.
where they're hanging out during the day. We're going to treat under the deck, right? The
Yeah.
deck is
Okay,
a
yep,
hot
yep,
spot. They
absolutely.
love to be under there.
Yep.
So it's just sort of interesting. to
Very
think about.
cool.
Yeah.
Kids'
Now I
toys.
know what to look for.
That's right.
Shaking the bushes,
Yeah,
boss.
Jimmy's
Shaking the
gonna-
bush.
Jimmy's gonna be out there
Come
laying
on
on the
out here,
ground.
you little ass. Come on.
Oh boy.
We also have a lot of rock walls in Connecticut,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, yeah.
And some
Yeah.
of them have just the right amount of space
Yeah.
in between
Oh, they're in
for the
there, too.
mosquitoes
Huh.
to hang out in there during the
Interesting.
day.
Interesting.
So,
Well, the
All right.
tree that I cut down, the trunk, I got mosquitoes all over it.
yes.
So they're like
That can
going in
happen.
between. They're going in between the bark. Is
yes,
that what they're doing?
they
Yeah.
do. And if it's if you've got sort of a gap,
Yep.
for lots of different reasons,
Yeah.
right? Trees have gaps like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're coming out of there.
They're in there.
Cut
Yeah.
the tree.
Alright.
Cut the tree down.
The tree's down. It's
Oh.
the stump.
It's a stump.
Now I got to go out there and
Put some
just.
gasoline on it.
I know Mosquito Joe. Yeah, right. Sorry,
Give
Colin.
us a call.
Not that I wouldn't want to
I
see.
got
you,
him.
Not that I wouldn't want to see you call Renee. I think it would be fun to see you light the truck on fire. Right.
Yeah, I got the mosquitoes and the lawnmower
Right.
and the shed.
And I have no eyebrows.
I just burnt down my he shed.
Right.
Colin,
Yeah.
I just burnt down my he shed. It's not your he shed, Jim.
Yeah. All right, Renee. How can people find you?
We've got a website, and people love to kick around on our website. So Connecticut Shoreline East.mosquitojoe.com. But you can also give us a call at 203-909-6881.
All right.
I know I speak really rapidly, right? But
that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna post it. So yeah. Marissa will take care of that and put it on there. Well, listen, it was great having you here.
Really was.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah, learned so much.
It was awesome.
I'm hoping everybody else learned a lot too.
Yes.
So join us anytime.
I love that.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
We'll see you at the home show in February in Mohegan.
Yeah, you're gonna be
there.
there.
I know you'll be there.
I'll look forward to that.
Yeah, we'll have you back on the show.
And I'd love to, any questions. We'd love for people to reach out, because I think that the best sort of clients and partners in this are the ones that are informed and have questions.
Right.
We love that.
Yeah. So if any of our listeners have any questions, please send them to us, and we'll forward them over to Renee, and Renee will answer them for you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. All right, everybody, we're going to see you next week.
Next week.
See ya.
See you. Bye.
Bye.